How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with Mystery Beer Time. Mystery beers, courtesy of my boy, Steven. He wrapped this sucker up, so I gotta be kind of weird. I gotta make sure I get this off without revealing the goddamn thing. He sent me off a bunch of mystery beers. He tipped... Ooh, there was no hiss whatsoever on this thing. I'm gonna put the cap over there because it's shrouded and I don't want to see it. And he tipped the... Okay, fruit beer. He said, a bunch of the mysteries I sent off are high ABV stuff. This is the third one I'm cracking into. I don't think this is high ABV beer. Let's put it that way. So, he might be throwing me off the scent. What does that look like? Wisconsin, Belgium, Wisconsin red. The New Glarus. That's exactly what it looks like. A fruit beer, framboise, raspberry, cherry, all those kind of things. Strawberry quick head. It's obviously a fruit beer. Small bottle too, because you can't really get an idea of how big this bottle is because it's wrapped, but that's not a lot of fluid. That's like 10 ounces. So now I'm thinking like Rodenbach or something like that. So anyway, good nose. Huge cherry. Yeah, it's cherry. It's cherry. Huge cherry, but to the point where it's like Luden's cherry. It's like Luden's cough drop cherry. So it's sweetened. I think this is going to be somebody's creek. But it's like a Lindemann's level kind of creakiness to it, to where it's like super hyper sweetened. There's a apple cider vinegar thing in the background of it, but since it's so sweet, it's not making me gag, because apple cider vinegar makes me gag. I can't mess with it. I used to drink it all the time, and then one time I drank way too much of it, and I got sick, so now I can't do it. Yeah, Luden's cherry cough drops and apple cider vinegar. I'm not saying I'm hating this, but I'm kind of curious. I think it's going to be hyper sweet, but also super like cheek pulling tartness. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay, it's hyper sweet. Like hyper sweet. Like sweeter than a Luden's cough drop. Let's put it that way. Man, that's sweet. That apple cider vinegar thing is underneath there. It's tart. It's not super tart, but what was the other thing I got there? It's like... So the apple cider vinegar thing I'm getting, I don't think that's supposed to be there. Let's put it that way. Or, flip the script. I think, and this could be the other end of the spectrum, either was there to begin with, and this brewery ended up going super cloyingly sweet on it to kind of hide it. Because I don't know who makes this. It's very much, it has Lindemann vibes like all over it. Because just whenever I get this level of sweetness on these fruited beers, the Framboise, Creek, those kind of things, I automatically lean to Lindemann's. I don't think they do them in small bottles though, so I could be wrong. So here's what this is. This is an aged Creek Lindemann's level style stuff. And time has made that apple cider vinegar thing kind of happen, or it's a new brewery and I think they made a creek and it went sideways and they're covering it up. I know that's a huge allegation, but I don't know who it is, so I can just say whatever the fuck I want because it's not me purposely dumping on a brewery. I don't hate it. It definitely has that kind of aggressiveness of the Belgian Wisconsin red thing that I get from New Glarus, but there's something just a little bit off on it. Just a little bit off on it. It could be Wisconsin red, just a different batch, because it has the things I dig about that beer, but there's just this underlying apple cider thing that I don't get on that beer. It's so sweet, though. I gotta guess. It's mystery beers. It's not high in ABV. 6.2%. Somebody's Creek. A cherry lambic-esque, cherry Belgian red kind of beer. Ooh, wait a minute. No, it can't be that. I don't even know if they'd put it. I was about to say, is this Delirium red? Because you know what? I'm getting like these huge kind of fruit punchy vibes off of it, which would kind of make more sense from what I'm tasting. It's like so vibrant. Where's the pull? You told me you had pull tabs on here, dude. Oh. It's Lindemans. Yeah, it's their Creek. What's their ABV on their Creek? I wonder what date this is. I gotta look at it. Oh no, it's relatively fresh. What's the ABV? I haven't had one of these in a billion effing years. Why don't I see an ABV in here? So this is September 2022. I think Lindemans does 5 years, so I think it has a little bit of... I mean, it's either 3 or 5 years. I think it might be 5 years, so it's got 4 years on it. That's probably where the apple cider vinegar thing comes from. I can't believe I can't find an actual ABV in here. That's very, very weird for a brewery that's been around for this long. I have to be missing it. Unless it was on the foil, maybe, and it just got ripped off. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. How many times did they say Lindemans in this without actually saying, I think it's the Lindemans? That's weird that I didn't even just say that. It's been so long since I've had one, I wasn't confident about it because I'm like, it's so sweet. It's like Lindemans. But I honestly, it's been like 10 years since I've had one. Maybe longer. So I wasn't that familiar to be like, it's fucking Lindemans. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. It's exactly that beer. You know? People love this stuff. I'm still looking for the ABV. Let it go. People love this stuff. I've always found it way too sweet for me. It's almost like I need it as a, what do they call it, an aperitif or something like that. Like something I'm going to drink like after dinner, before dessert, and share this bottle with like 4 or 5 people. Like, give me 2 ounces of this. I sip on it, waiting for my dessert course to come. Something like that. It's not really a beer that, like, even this bottle, like I said, it's got to be like 8.45 ounces. That's what I said. It's like there's little amount of fluid in there. It's like the old Thomas Hardy size bottles. I'm not going to sit here and poop on it. I don't hate it. In the right environment, with the right amount, I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. Give me a third of this bottle. I'm like, that's kind of fun. But it's not a Creek to me. It's more of like a weird kind of sugary, desserty thing. It is what it is. Okay, beer. I think I did well in this one, actually. I've been on a very, very long run of very, very bad mystery beers. You know, just kind of just not getting them, to be perfectly honest with you. And to get, I guess, to get it as almost exactly. I mean, it's Lindemans. I almost feel bad now. I want to talk myself into I didn't get it. Because I should have just been like, this is fucking Lindemans, and open the goddamn thing because of how sweet it is. But so many breweries I've had have been doing these. Like, there's been beers from people that I've got. What was that one, that weird kind of techno-y kind of label I got from out Michigan way? There's been a couple beers that I've had, and I've been like, they're trying to do this specific thing. And that's why I didn't zero in on it, with the combination of me having had Lindemans in at least 10 years. You know, it is what it is. I'll drink this whole thing, though, just to kind of work through it and see what I think about it. Maybe playing a little bit more kind of muscle memory on it and stuff like that. But, yeah. Is it one of the better Creeks I've had as of late? No. Is it one of the better hyper sweet beers? I mean, I've never said that before. Fine. You know what I mean? When you get in a hyper sweet kind of area, and if you're in the mood for that, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. It's just, I don't like it being called a Creek. Value and availability, these you can find anywhere. The price point on these I don't think are too poopy, and leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like eating sugar, you'll like this. If you like cherry cough drop, Luden cough drops, and you're like, man, I wish Luden's made a beer. There you go. Have at it. So, thank you very much for the mystery beer, Stephen. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of a mystery beers yourselves. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.